Good afternoon, boys and girls. This is Coach Al with I9 Sports, and this is week 1 of our basketball skills and drills. So for the next 5 weeks, we'll be sending out various videos. Hopefully you're able to use these particular videos to work on your skills, to keep you engaged, and make sure you're having fun and gaining a love for the game of basketball. So before we get started with any skills and drills, we want to make sure that we are nice and loose, that we're stretched and we're warmed up. And for today, we're going to need a basketball, of course, and we're going to need 4 cones. So if you have any cones in your house or placemats, just make sure you have those available, so we'll be able to use that during the course of our skills and drills for today. These skills and drills can be used whether if you're in your house, or if you're in your backyard, or if you have any open space. All right. So once again, before we get started, we're going to make sure we get stretched so we get nice and loose. Alrighty, so put our feet together. We're going to make sure that we touch our toes without bending our knees. Go as far as you possibly can. If you're not able to touch your toes, the main thing is to get a good stretch and go as far as you possibly can. Alright, so on my count, we're going to count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, now stretch our feet slightly apart or shoulder width apart. So we're going to take our left hand and we're going to touch our right foot. Let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take our right foot. Let's take our right hand, touch our left foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to go straight down. Same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so now I'm going to actually back up a little bit. We're going to actually do or work on lunges. So we're going to make sure we step, get a good stretch. Step, get a good stretch. All right. So again, we'll go back. Again. All right, make sure we just jog in place, get a nice little jog. Now we're going to work on some high knees. Get them up, get them up, get them up. All right. Stretch your arms out. We're going to take our left hand. And take our other hand. Get a good stretch of your elbow and your arm. So we're going to hold it for a 10 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, now shake it out. Now we're going to switch. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so the first drill for today, we're going to work on some defense. So the main thing we're playing defense, you want to make sure knees bent, arms out. Pretend like you're sitting down. You almost like you're sitting in a chair, but there's no chair there, okay? So we're going to make sure our hands are out, okay? So we're going to try that one more time. Defensive position. All right. Do that one more time. Defensive position. All right, one more time. Defensive position. All right, now, after you go into a defensive position, we're going to work on what is called hot feet. Hot feet, we're going to make sure that we're on our toes, that we're not on the balls of our feet, that we're chopping, okay? Defensive position, hot feet. So we're going to do that 3 times. Defensive position, hot feet. Let's go. All right, that's 1. Defensive position, hot feet. 2. Defensive position, hot feet. Chop, 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 chop. Let's go, let's go, let's go. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it. And stop. So now we're gonna have a quick break and we're gonna go to our next drill. Alrighty, boys and girls, so hopefully you're able to get a quick break, a quick breather. Make sure you get a breather, also get some water as well, or make sure you stay hydrated during these various skills and drills, okay? So now we're gonna work on defensive slides. Defense is very important because you wanna make sure that you always stop the opposing team from scoring. So we're gonna go back into our defensive position. So what we wanna do, we're gonna step and slide, okay? So you wanna make sure that you don't cross your feet. So you wanna make sure you step and slide. 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 All right, so for this particular drill, we're gonna need 2 cones. I'm gonna place 1 cone here. I'm gonna place another cone here. So for this drill, we're gonna do 10 defensive slides. I'm gonna go to my right, which will be your left. Then I wanna go to my left, which will be your right, okay? Step and slide, stay low, don't cross your feet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Another thing was going to be very important on defense to make sure you have active hands. Okay? So you want to make sure you move your hands. 2, you want to make sure you step and slide. Always make sure you keep a good balance. Okay? As well, you want to make sure that you're not hunched over. And make sure you're almost sitting down like you're in your chair. All right? So now, what we're going to do, this particular defensive drill is a shuttle drill. So once again, as opposed to 2 cones, we're going to now have 4 cones. So I have my 2 cones that are still in the front. I have 1 cone, maybe about 10 feet away in the back. And I have another cone back here as well. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to do my defensive slide to this cone. I'm going to backpedal to that cone. I'm going to slide this way and run back forward. So I'm going to go nice and slow so everyone sees the mechanics involved. So we're going to slide, backpedal. When we backpedal, we want to make sure that we're on the balls of our feet, okay? Now I'm going to defensive slide to my next cone. I'm going to run back, and I'm going to do it again. All right? So I'll do it one more time so everyone sees the mechanics involved. Once again, we're working on the fundamentals as far as defense is concerned, and also working on this particular drill. So go at your own pace, but make sure you're doing it correctly. So we're going to do 5 shuttles, okay? All right, defensive position. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. Last one, let's finish up strong. Alrighty, we're gonna get another quick break. Alrighty, so now we're gonna move on from defense. Now we're gonna work on a little bit of dribbling. All right. So the main things which you want to focus on with dribbling is making sure that you're using your fingertips. Okay. You want to make sure you're able to control the basketball. 2, when you're dribbling, you want to make sure the ball usually should not go above your waist. Okay. Especially when you're first starting. You want to make sure you're able to control the ball so you're not dribbling too high. 3, you also want to make sure you're always in an athletic position when you're dribbling. Okay. So you don't want to try to avoid dribbling standing straight up. Okay? And 4, we want to make sure that we keep our head up. And what I mean by that is making sure that we see exactly what's in front of us and we're not looking down. And 5, we want to make sure that our wrists are nice and loose so we're not stiff when we're dribbling the basketball. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start in athletic position. My knees are bent. Back is straight. Okay? Now, when I'm going to dribble, I'm going to make sure that I'm dribbling just on the outside of my right foot, okay? And when I'm dribbling, I want to make sure I'm taking my shoulder and I'm driving the ball down. And the ball is coming right back up to me, okay? So I'm going to demonstrate nice and slow. Again, so when I'm dribbling, I'm keeping my head up. In this case, I'm actually looking at the camera, so I'm not looking down at the basketball because I know the basketball is bouncing and it's coming right back up to me. All right? Okay, so we're going to start off with our right hand and we're going to dribble for 10 seconds, okay? Let's begin. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And stop. All right, so the main thing again when you're dribbling, most people are probably right-handed, so you're probably going to feel most confident dribbling with your right hand when you first start. Again, make sure we're using our fingertips, okay? All right, we try to avoid using our palm. We're not slapping the basketball. We're making sure our wrist is nice and loose. We're driving the ball down and we're bringing it back up. Now, the same thing that you do with your right hand, you want to be able to do with your left hand. So many people who are not left-handed, they may have a little bit more difficulty dribbling with their left hand. The main thing at this point is just really focusing on the technique. And as you continue to do this, you'll get better over time, okay? So I'm going to go back into my athletic position. Now, when I'm dribbling, for this drill, I want to make sure the ball is just to the outside of my left foot, okay? All right, same thing. Driving the ball down, keeping my head up. I'm not looking down at the basketball because when I'm dribbling, I know it's coming right back to me. All right. So we're going to do this again for 10 seconds. As I mentioned before, do not lean over, okay? Knees bent, feet slightly apart or shoulder width apart. Head up. Head up meaning that you're not looking up in the sky, you're looking straight ahead, okay? And begin. Drop that ball down. Make sure it comes back up to you. Sometimes you're going to bounce it. It's not going to come back up to you, but you want to make sure that it comes right back up to you. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. So we're going to work on crossover dribble. So this is for someone that's a little bit older. For y'all younger kids, just want to make sure that you're not slapping the ball from left to right, okay? We're going to go back into our athletic position, okay? So in this case, I'm going to start with the ball in my right hand. And when I cross over to my left hand, it's a smooth transition. So I'm not slapping the ball. It's going off my fingertips from my right hand to my left hand. And now when I'm dribbling, the ball is not going any lower than my kneecaps, okay? And again, I'm still making sure I have a good athletic position, keeping my head up. All right, we're gonna do it one more time. We're going to start off nice and slow, but as you continue to get comfortable, you can start picking up a rhythm, okay? As you can see, it's always very important to make sure that we keep our eye on the basketball and we're controlling the basketball. Sometimes you may want to put the ball back in one hand just to regain control. All right, so we're gonna now move on to figure eights, okay? So many people want to eventually work on dribbling the ball between their legs, but in order to get to that, you want to make sure you're confident as far as getting the ball in between your legs. So I like to work on a little drill where I'm just actually bringing the ball, wrapping it around my waist, just to get a good feel of the basketball. With this, I'm using my fingertips. So if I turn around, you guys are seeing that I'm using my fingertips. Here. Again, I'm still using my fingertips. Now I'm going to go back into athletic position. So what's going to happen is I'm going to show you this drill, and you'll get used to the formation as far as having the ball going between your legs. And then next week when we work on dribbling again, we're going to now actually work on putting the ball between our legs. So for this drill, just want to make sure, same thing, feet shoulder width apart. You're going to put the ball in between your legs. Go nice and slow, just to get the formation, just to get used to it. Again, I'm making sure I'm keeping my head up, I'm not looking down, because I already know exactly where the ball is going to be. So if I'm going towards my right, as you can see my left hand, which has the basketball, tipping towards my right leg. Now, same thing when I go in the opposite direction. Now I'm going a little bit faster. But for many of you that are just starting, the main thing is just go very slow, just to work on the movement. All right. Now I have one other drill in which we're going to do for today. This drill is going to require you to actually go on the floor. So this drill is called a Typewriter drill. So I'm actually going to go on the floor. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep the ball between my legs, and I'm just focusing on dribbling, controlling the basketball, keeping my head up. As you can see with all the drills which I did today as far as dribbling is concerned, this is stuff which you could do in the backyard, or in the house, or if you happen to make it to the court at some point in time. Controlling the basketball, as you can see my back is straight, using my fingertips, and I'm controlling the basketball. So many of you will probably start off just using your right hand until you get comfortable. And at some point in time, you're going to switch over to your left hand. Remember, we're not slapping the basketball. You don't want to dribble too high. You just want to dribble hard enough where it bounces right back to you, okay? All right, now what I'm doing, I'm actually bringing the ball to my outside part of my left foot. All right. Now I'm bringing the ball to the middle. Now I'm bringing the ball to the outside of my right leg. Same thing, I'm still keeping my head up, still controlling the basketball. So the reason of the Typewriter drill We also work on the speed aspect. Again, I'm not slapping the basketball, I'm using my fingertips. And there you have it. All right, once again, this is Coach Al from I9 Sports. As I mentioned before, during the course of the next 5 weeks, we're going to be sending you a variety of videos that's going to help you improve as a basketball player. Also give you the opportunity to get out there, have some fun, enjoy the game of basketball. I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Each week, I'm also going to provide you with the sponsorship value of the week. So the value for this week is listening. So when listening, you want to make sure at all times that you're using your ears, okay? When listening. It's important to listen to your parents at home, important to listen to your teachers, to your coaches, to your family members, and make sure you're able to soak up and gain as much knowledge as you possibly can. Until next week, you guys enjoy, and make sure that you're working on the various skills and drills and the videos in which I sent you.